My name is Shiloh, and I'm in the Next Generation Ministry program at Vanguard College. So yeah, before Vanguard, I was doing a discipleship Bible program in Switzerland. It was funny because I had grown up my whole life in church, thought I knew the Bible well, and then after reading through it, I realized I did not know the Bible very well at all. And so a mentor that I had during this program, she recommended that I go into studying theology. So I went back to my room and I searched up what is theology, because I had never really actually dove into that word, and I remember Vanguard Bible College came up. And so I saw that it was close to home and I signed up and I said, yeah, that sounds good. And then it wasn't until I actually went to preview day and I walked into chapel, and I remember just walking into that room and just experiencing the presence of God and seeing all of these like young people just worshiping God. And I just thought it was so cool that I'm in this school in the middle of Edmonton, in the middle of the city, where people are just worshiping God and praising Him. And even though I had already signed up for Vanguard and it was close to home and I kind of had those little reasons, I think just seeing the community and seeing people who loved each other and who loved Jesus and were passionate about making Him known, I just remember being in that place and being like, yeah, I'm supposed to be here. And so yeah, that's kind of what brought me here. Growing up in a Christian family, growing up in church, I thought that I had a very good understanding of the Bible, but it wasn't until sitting in class and learning about the Bible that I realized I actually did not know a whole lot. And so yeah, I think just sitting in classes and not only learning like through textbooks, but hearing our professors who have dedicated their whole lives to like studying God's Word and just living it out, it just inspired me so much to learn more. And not only was I equipped with tools, but I feel like it gave me a new passion that I didn't have before. Again, not to just know the Bible, but to actually like live it and allow it to transform me. And so it's cool because there were so many times where I'm sitting in class and honestly, I'm probably leaving with more questions than I had answers. But every single time it kind of just led me to this place of like, one, I need Jesus and I need to have faith. But two, like leading me into a place of like, I want to study this and I want to understand it and study it in context. So I'm not taking random verses and applying them in my life wherever I want, but learning how it was originally written and who it was written to, and then what does that look like in my life today. At my church, I currently lead the youth ministry and I'm involved in the worship ministry. And I was doing that before I came to Vanguard, but it was funny because it wasn't until coming to Vanguard that I realized, oh wow, there's a lot I don't know. And so it's just been great. First of all, I think to learn from all of the professors. They just have so much wisdom and in so many different contexts. They all have different experience in different areas in ways that like I didn't even realize I should be thinking about. I remember sitting in class one day learning about how to create a mission statement, and I'm sitting there like, I didn't realize we were supposed to have a mission statement. And so just all of these things that wouldn't have even crossed my mind if I wasn't at Vanguard. It's just been super cool to sit in the classes and get this this education that isn't just, again, it's not just head knowledge and it's not just transforming my own life, but it's helping me do ministry in a way that is transforming other people's lives. Even the personal transformation I've experienced since being here, I'm seeing how that's helping me lead healthier. I'm seeing how that's helping me lead just better in so many ways. And so yeah, I think it's been really cool to be able to learn from professors, to be able to learn from textbooks, and even just to learn from my other classmates here who are doing similar ministries or completely different ministries, and just hearing the things that God is teaching all of us through the ministries that we're doing. Being at Vanguard, I'm now going into my third year, so I'm kind of at the halfway point, but just kind of looking back over the past couple of years and what God has been doing in my life and what I can continue to see Him doing is, I think, just learning the importance of stewardship, because we always kind of throw around that quote of like, God doesn't call the equipped, He equips the called. And I kind of thought of that as like, oh, if I'm in ministry, God is just gonna give me everything I need in that moment. But being at Vanguard has made me realize like He's put the fishing rod in my hand, but it's up to me to learn how to use it. And so yeah, like I'm certain that I've been called by God, but being at Vanguard has made me realize that it's so much more than just being called. It's about stewarding the gifts that God has given you and continuing to grow in our learning, to grow in our relationship with Him, to grow in our own maturity. And so yeah, just being at Vanguard, I've learned like, what does it look like to be a student but also do ministry, and to have friendships and work a job outside of all of that. I've been learning just how to prioritize God no matter how busy my life gets. And also I've been learning, like, what does it look like to fail? What does it look like to not succeed in everything you do? What does it look like to maybe not get as good of a mark on an assignment because God is wrecking me with just what he's teaching me through it? Or what does it look like, just to let people down because I'm in the process of learning. And so, yeah, I think being at Vanguard, I've learned how to have grace for myself, but I've also learned how to have high standards for myself because, yeah, like, God has entrusted people's lives to me. And so I want to do everything that I can to grow in all of those, in every realm of life, and to use every opportunity I have at Vanguard to do that. Again, not just classes, not just homework, but my fellow students, learning from my spiritual director, from the different pastors who come in and speak, through just conversations with professors, asking questions. And so, yeah, I think just all together this time at Vanguard has been helping me just mature in my faith, but also just in living life and learning how to be an adult, but learning how to be a Christian and learning how the messiness of life all works together and how God uses it all. And so, yeah, I think it's just been so cool to see my growth, but also given me excitement to see how God's gonna continue to grow that in me.